Good morning guys, welcome to this week's video. This morning we're heading right out the door. We're going to go and train some legs and I'm going to take you through one of the exact sessions what I've been doing this year to bring up my legs. Morning guys, so we're back at Ironworks. It's leg day again. This is my other rotation from what I did the other day, so I've got two different leg workouts. I'm going to be taking you through the full workout today. Obviously this off season I've been really prioritising my legs and each session focuses on certain like quads or hams. So this session I've been really trying to work on thickness, so I've been working on hamstrings and my adductors because my quads I've managed to bring up quite well already. So I'm going to show you the exact exercises, most importantly I'm going to show you the cues and stuff like that, because let's face it, it's the little exercise cues and that make the exercise. I brought my carbs up a lot this off season, so I'm looking forward to shredding back down and seeing the progress I've made. It's the first time I've actually utilised progressive overload and trained them properly. And the idea is basically, most people, they get to the bottom and they just balance out like this. It's all just simply about control. Because the second you get down to the bottom, you just bounce back and you just use momentum. So you want to come down slow, have like a little pause at the bottom, just literally just to make sure that you've stopped to take the momentum out and then come back up to the top. So it's a slow, literally a 1 second stop and then back up. So slow down, take the momentum out and then drop back up. I do 2 sets with calves. My first set is always a really heavy set because I find they can take a lot more weight than what you normally think, and as soon as you start training heavy, then they adapt quickly, you get used to the heavier weight. But I do always do a second back off set, which is just to really perfect the form and just make sure I am going for the full range of motion. Because obviously with a heavy set, form is always going to be, it's always going to be sacrificed a little bit, but as long as you're still using the movement and the full control and taking the momentum out, then you should still be making a progress today. That was my work set, my first heavy set. Well, my first set was always a heavy set. So, as you might see with the hamstrings, as with all movements, I try and keep it as under control as possible. A lot of people, they come down way too quick. They'd look at other people training and think, oh, they're doing slow negatives or something, but really it's not, it's just about doing it under control. So the goal with the hamstring is, instead of getting down to the bottom and just bouncing back up, this is the contraction, so you want to be slowly going down, again, like a millisecond pause at the bottom just to take the momentum out, and then driving back up and contracting at the top, before coming back down again, full extension, like a little, tiny little pause at the bottom just to make sure the momentum's been taken out, and then contracting the second. And that way you're fully in control. And with hamstrings, it's so easy to get other parts of the body moving. The muscle, you can be on there, you can be wriggling about, But if you're doing it slowly, taking that momentum out of the bottom, you're going to see a lot of improvements in your hamstrings. Alright, so leg press, it's not a fat like I talked about through this exercise. But again, I've got 2 sets, I'll do 2 straight sets. And for about 15 reps, because I find with leg press, if you're trying to shoot for like 6 to 8 reps on leg press, then you're never going to get quite as deep, so I always go high reps on leg press. So yeah, again, you'll see what I mean. So, nice and controlled on the way back. Before you get in control of the weight, as far as you can go without your arms surrounded at the bottom, so as far as you can down, and then drive up. And then again, control down as deep as you can get, and drive back up. That's pretty much it. We'll keep going until you get to the weight. So, this is out the way. We're on to our next big movement. This is the glute ham raise. In my opinion, this is the compound hamstring exercise you can do. It's really hard to do. So, I'll work through it in a moment, but start doing negatives, and then you can start off doing sets with your arm by your side, and then when you get better at it, you can bring your arms higher up and things like that. But I'll show you the form. Movement, start here. You need to get your body perfectly in line. You go down, legs fully stretched, and drive back up. But it's very easy to do wrong. You don't want your knee pads on these shoulders, you don't want your knee pads, it's too much pressure on your knee. So make sure the top of your quads hitting this. So, this is my set now. Enough for this first set. 2 minutes rest, then we go again. This is my final big movement. This is the pendulum squat. This machine is an absolute savage. At Ironworks, I've got jokes for the lads. We call this the death machine because honestly, what's the word I'm looking for? This machine humbles anybody. Started off doing this body weight, and then you start doing 20. I'm actually getting to about 50 kg doing it close stance. But now, to work on the adductors, I've started doing a really deep, wider stance, which you'll see. I'm doing, the weight's dropped back down to like 42 now, but I'm going to get into the set now. This is just one set, but as you'll see, really slow on the way down, and as deep as you can possibly go. The feet flared out a little bit, helps you get deeper. finishing up on some adductors. Again, this is to work the insides of the leg down here to help get that thickness in your legs when you hit them front poses. Again, I've been doing this, I incorporated this at the start, I've been doing this at 6. Starting off up here, and now I'm down there. I do 1 set, all out to failure, and then I'll do about 4 negatives as well, which you'll see in a second. Nickname these good girls, as you'll see there. And again, it's just, make sure you do a warm up on this to just snap your body out. Yeah, make sure you get deep as wide as you can. And again, hold that squeeze. Slow as you can go. So that's negatives now. 4. Good session done. Right, so we're home. Leg session complete. It was a really good session. Hope you enjoyed watching it. One thing I love about my Saturday sessions, especially when the weather's this good, is although I love training first thing in the morning, it's great because you can get in there, get it done, and then get back, and it's only like 10:30 now, and you've got the rest of the day. Because the last thing you want to be doing is spending your whole day in the gym when the day is beautiful like this. We're having a barbecue tonight, which I'm very excited for, first one of the year, and I'm about to just make my post-workout meal. I'm going to make some pancakes and some cereal, I think. So I'll show you how I make my protein pancakes, because yeah, I'm pretty sick of them. Right, so this is the grub post-work. This is going to be my cereals, and then this is what I'm using to make my protein pancakes. They're basically just pancakes, but we just add a little bit of whey in because I need to get some protein in after the workout. These are low fat. They're not actually going to be too many calories. I don't add too much crap, but I'll show you how I get these made anyway. I'm going to start off with egg whites. So, depending on how big you want the portion, really great way of getting more volume in. I don't weigh these, they're just set on top of the scale. To get a bigger portion, you add more egg whites because it's basically more liquid. So it's not necessarily more oat, so you can keep your oat portion down. And just add more egg whites. So I'll add 5 of these. Next is oats. Gonna do strawberries and cream today. And I'll just zero the scale. And I'm only going to need to use 25 grams of this. That'll give me 20 grams of protein. And obviously I've already got 5 egg whites in there, so that's more than enough. Pro tip, don't put this in there, just leave it on top. It saves it getting covered in protein, and then every time you pull it out you get fucking protein powder everywhere, so that's a little tip for it. And then literally I'll just drop a drop of milk in there, and then get this bedded up. What I normally do is I normally make 2 or 3 small circles in here, but because I'm not too bothered about it looking all arty-farty, I'm just going to get a load in there and then I'll cut them up afterwards to make the shape. So there you go. You want to wait till it started bubbling, like so, and then you want to give it a flip. Get the other side down. Pro tip, get your plate ready and then get a little bit of tin foil as well, because you're going to be making a few of these, and especially if you're making small ones, you can put them on the plate, cover it with a tin foil, and it keeps them really piping hot. Bit of pancake syrup. Back to the yogurt, bit more yogurt. Bit more syrup. Bit more banana. So here we go, post-workout. I got my protein pancakes, I got my cereal, got my cup of tea, and some YouTube. Something that's obviously very common and important to me and a lot of lads that are in this industry, and girls, is what's going on in the fitness industry at the moment with all the federations and which one to choose. Obviously for so long UK BFF has been the top dog. It's been the main fed everyone's going to and competing in. I had 4 great years of competing with the UK BFF, but obviously they are no longer the top dogs anymore, and I always preferred to compete knowing that I was competing with the best. I always tried to win that prestigious British Champs title. So when people have been asking me when you're next competing, I've said, well, I don't know, to be honest. I've been saying, well, maybe 2020, because there hasn't been a show out there that's interested me. Don't mean that in a dick way, but I've done plenty of qualifiers now. I think I've done over 10 shows, so I've done plenty of qualifiers, done the British Champions a few times, and I don't really fancy just going back to the British Champions because it's no longer as a prestigious title like it was. It was no longer being the British champ in the best federation. So obviously we've got a few choices now. You've got UK BFF, which is still the same. It's still obviously a great fed. They still give you good choices. But what I originally wanted to do was do the UK BFF Nationals, and then hopefully do good in that, and then go and do the Europeans, which would have been something brand new. It would have been a great new challenge. But I didn't do that this year because I wanted to take a break. I didn't want to compete again. And obviously the Nationals is in April, so that would have already been done. And then next year, me and Amelia are getting married in April, so obviously I'm not going to be competing then. And next year, me and Amelia, we're going to have like a fun year off. We're going to get plenty of holidays and stuff in. So I'm not going to be competing next year. So it's looking like 2020. And it was, funnily enough, it was only last week. But it was only last week. Amelia said to me about doing a show and how I'm feeling about it. And literally I was like, well, I'm not going to be competing this year because there's no shows out there that interest me, basically. Like obviously there's PCA, which is a great fed. They're changing the game a bit, paying people lots of money, and there's a lot of obviously PCA has got a good link with Flex magazine and stuff, so I definitely wouldn't rule them out. But for me, it's just not a good fit at the moment. And the Two Bros, I see Two Bros obviously as the next big thing, but it's a little bit. I'm still a little bit unsure on what they're looking for. Obviously, men's physique in the UK BFF, I kind of sort of fit that bill. I'm a little bit smaller. I'm not one of the bigger guys. I'm not one of like the US mass monster. Well, I say mass monsters, but just, you know, the bigger USA style physique guys. I haven't got that build, and yeah, so I haven't got that shape. But to be honest, so I wasn't going to just do one of the normal ones. But funnily enough, literally the day after she asked me, Two Bros posted about they've started this amateur Olympia. They've got an amateur Olympia, which I did back in 2015 and came second. And they're doing the amateur Olympia again in October, which kind of fits in with when I was going to do a cut. So I was going to be doing an 11-week cut starting in mid-August, which would take me till the end of October for when I was going away to Thailand with the boys. But I figured it out. For me to do that show, I could just start prep at the start of July, which would give me ample time, and then I could do the show, and then I'd have 2 or 3 weeks rest before the holiday. So basically I'd need to start prep at the start of July, so I've got a couple months to decide. I've been talking myself into it a little bit this week, but that's because it's new, so I'll decide over the next couple of months. But either way, I've got a few more months left of off season. My weight has been coming up quite steadily the last few weeks. 183.5-ish pound at the moment. So I've got a few more months left of making the most of this off season, gaining as much as possible. You've seen those sessions today, and I'm going to be getting a few more training sessions up, but not too much, because
too many training sessions. They kind of bore me watching them. I'm not much of a fan of watching them, but that's why I try and put the tips in. So at least when I put the tips in, then it's quite helpful. It's not, you're not just watching someone exercise, because it can get pretty boring, I think, anyway. So yeah, let me know what you think about federations and so on, because obviously there's loads going on. Loads of people have moved to PCA, which is a great move. It's just at the moment it's not my cup of tea, but that amateur in me might be. So we'll see. But I hope this little talk at the end hasn't bored you too much anyway. I'm going to end this video here. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, if you've enjoyed this session, please give me some feedback. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone that is giving these videos a thumbs up, that's sharing them. And yeah, so I'll see you next week, guys. Thank you very much for watching.